Hi, everybody. I'm finally live. YouTube has been giving me the hardest time about live shows lately. I click on things and it says going live, and the thing spins and then nothing happens, and I'm not live. Takes a long time going in and out of YouTube to get live, period. Anyway, I entitled this Love is in the Air because, as you can see, I have this beautiful rose from my wonderful husband. Yes, things are working out for us. We are getting along better, and but I do have to confess something. I was afraid I was becoming similar to a person we've been discussing lately on here. You'll know who it is when I tell you why I say that. Somebody that puts computer and being online in front of family and things that she needs to be doing. Yesterday, my husband wanted to spend some time with me, and I got on the computer and sort of neglected him, but not really meaning to. I didn't really realize he wanted to spend time with me right away. So now I'm trying to be more tuned into his needs rather than, just going with the flow. So if you don't see me on here as often as I was on here, it's because I'm really trying to work on things with him. So yeah. Thank you, Jama. Yeah, I know. I love this. It's beautiful. Smells so good too. Look at how pretty it is. It's a big, fat, fluffy pink rose. He said it reminded me of me, him of me, because not because I'm fat and fluffy or whatever, but he said my personality, because he likes the pink. He likes the exciting, bubbly personality. In fact, his nickname for me is Bubbly, so it works. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you my beautiful rose. I love these flowers because they last the longest time. And he bought me a whole bunch of flowers not very long ago. It was in a couple of my videos, the bouquet that he bought me. And they give you this growing thing, packet, so that you can keep it nice and fresh and it lives longer. So I was kind of happy because I didn't realize, like with the single roses, that they do that too. Because honestly, I don't get roses that often. So now that I do, I guess I didn't think that they would do that for like the actual single long stemmed rose. Where's hubby now? Hubby is laying on the bed on his computer right now. Can I show him your feet, honey, so they know you're back there? He didn't answer, so I assume it's okay. Yeah. All right. See his feet back there? Wiggling around? There he is on the bed. Catherine says hi, I think to me or you or both of us. He says hello. He's not feeling too good right now. He hasn't been feeling very well today at all, and I don't really know why. And since we now have to pay private insurance, neither one of us has money to run to the doctor for every little thing. So we haven't been able to get him there to be checked out or anything. So we're just hoping that it's, something that's going to pass and be done with and not keep him down too long. Because that's miserable feeling like that, obviously. I will be right back. I want to see if I left my vase, whatever you call it, for my flower in the other room. I'll be right back. All right, I got it. Sorry, y'all. I just had to get my bottle base that I have to put it in. And then I'm going to chop the bottom off of it slanted ways, so that it can drink up the water and live longer. I'm going to put this in a vase. Medicaid? Oh, okay, Catherine, I hear you there. I used to work with Medicare for a telemarketing agency. And it was really sad because there were a lot of elderly people that had cancer, and they would call me up crying and saying how they couldn't get their prescriptions filled because their insurance wouldn't cover it. And it was so depressing and so sad. Wanted to help everybody, but I couldn't, basically. And I ended up leaving that job because I started having seizures while I was there. So, yeah. Anyways, I was going to make, sorry guys. I was going to make a keto pizza, on the computers for you all to see, but it ended up where my daughter called and I felt talking to her was a little more important than keto pizzaing on live. So we ate already, but it turned out really good. I make it on the stovetop. I don't make it in the oven. I make the crust and then I flip it and I put it on the stovetop and melt everything. It turns out really good. And it's better for you than regular pizza too. So that's what we ate tonight. Yeah, we don't qualify for Medicaid. We had Medicaid. We lost our Medicaid. That's why we have Blue Cross Blue Shield now. Because we both work too much. So they say. So we can't get it anymore. You had Taco Bell. My husband works at Taco Bell. That's cool. Taco Bell's awesome. We go there quite regularly, actually, when we can. He gets a really good discount. Yeah. The thing is, if they continue to cut his hours shorter as time goes on, we will probably qualify for Medicaid again. And honestly, that's the easiest way to live right now, unfortunately, is off of the government. The government makes it really hard because if you make a certain amount of money, you don't qualify for Medicaid, but then you can't afford the medical insurance because it's so sky high. So it's one of those things. Catch 22, I guess they call them. And we definitely got caught in the 22. All right, let's see. Okay, there, we got the rose into the vase, the vase. There we go. And I'm trying to decide where to put it now. I think for now, I'm just going to put it right here on this little table thing. Excuse me while I munch on the rest of my pizza crust. Look at this crust. It looks just like pizza. You'd never know that this crust was made with cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, eggs, and a little bit of rice flour. And it tastes exactly like pizza crust. And it's better than pizza crust. Delicious. It's all just made with cheese. Just mix up your mozzarella cheese. I think it was 1.5 cups of mozzarella cheese with 2 tablespoons of cream cheese. Take that, melt it into the microwave, so it's kind of like soft and mushy and pliable. Take 2 eggs. You can use 1 egg. I used 2 today because I thought it would make the crust, since I was making it on the stovetop, I thought it would make the crust kind of, mushier like a pizza crust. I was right. You stir it up. If you have to and it's not soft enough, stick it back in the microwave for like 30 seconds. Just soften it so that you can work with it like dough. Then you're going to take your rice flour or oat flour or almond flour or garbanzo flour. Coconut flour is good too. And take that. And I'm trying to think of how much it was like 2/3 of a cup, I believe, or 1/3 of a cup. Put that in there, stir it all in, and just, cauliflower is awesome too. Just mold it like a pizza pie crust, yeah, a crust, and it's going to be in a ball. Just mold it all in together, mix up the flour in with it, mix it all real good, and you'll have this big spongy, crusty ball. Make sure you wet your fingers because it gets real sticky, but you're going to put it, this is what I made it in right here. This pan on the stove, skillet, whatever. Make sure you spray your pan, put your crust in it, pat it all down around the pan, like a pizza crust, and smooth it all out so it's nice and flat. Make sure you poke holes in your crust. If you don't, you're going to have a big bubble and it's not going to cook evenly. So poke your holes with your fork and kind of like take the fork and stick it in and move it a little so it actually makes holes in your crust. Okay? Then by the time you're doing this, you're going to have the flame on this whole time. You're going to feel that your crust is starting to pull away from the pan and get like solid, like a pizza crust. Okay? Then you're going to flip the crust over, put it back in the pan, take your sauce. We did sauce, pepperoni on his side, mushrooms on the whole thing, pineapples on both sides on the whole thing, and more mozzarella cheese on the top because it's a pizza. You got to melt that mozzarella. And spice it if you want. I didn't even put any spices on it today. I had totally forgotten I was going to put some basil on it and garlic and salt and pepper and whatever. I was so hungry, I just ate it the way it was. And then you just turn the burner down a little bit if you feel like it's getting a little too burnt. You can put a lid on it to help melt the cheese for like a few minutes and then take the lid off. By that time, it's already puffed up and away from the pan where you can take a spatula like one of these jobbers here. This thing, a flipper spatula, stick it under the crust, lift the whole thing up, and put it on like a bigger pizza pan. And by then, it's going to be starting to cool because it's off of the flame. Once it's on the pizza pan, take your pizza cutter, this thing, cut it. Voila, pizza. Delicious. All right. Bye, Rosa. See you next time. Thanks for coming. Any new thoughts on the watch case? Anybody? I don't really have any new thoughts. Aw, thanks, Carla. Where did you see my wedding pictures at? Or did I think I posted them, didn't I? Did I make like a slideshow or something? I don't remember. You'll have to remind me of where you saw my wedding pictures. I don't even remember putting them on. But if you tell me where they were from, I might remember. I am going to fix this chat here. Oh, okay. You joined the... Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. We like our wedding pictures too. We got married twice, actually, a year apart from each other. The first time I was married, we were married by a woman, pastor, minister, who we went to her church after that, and we didn't like the church after a while. Plus, I'm more in favor of male ministers. So a year later, got married again, renewed our vows. At a truck stop, the world's largest truck stop. And it was beautiful. And I fit in my dress completely. The first time around, I didn't. They had to clip it and hold it closed. So, yeah. Thank you, Catherine. Right, Carla. Oh, wow. Really? Super glue to get fingerprints? That's interesting, Petunia. Thanks for sharing that. Amazing what they come out with, isn't it? Thank you, Jama. Things are getting better. I think my husband and I both want to stay together, actually. Kind of seems that way. We really are happy with each other. We just have trouble in that one area that you know about. We'll work it out. I have a feeling. I can picture myself with this man the rest of my life. He makes me happy. Makes me laugh. Definitely a unique man. There's no one like him. That was nice. Somebody wrote me and said, that Bella needs to stop and let you talk. You're amazing. Oh, well. I know who she's talking about. That's true, Petunia. We definitely have the true friendship. There's no doubt about that. In fact, we thought about, if we did separate, we wouldn't actually separate physically. We would just basically kind of either sleep in separate rooms or just kind of pull away from each other and give each other some space and kind of rekindle gradually. I don't think either one of us want to be separated fully. Because we really do enjoy each other's company. We laugh so much sometimes. He's super funny. I'm super funny. So I think it's going to be okay. I was really worried there for a while, though. But it seems like we might work through these issues. I'll let you know as time goes on, though. Mm-hmm. Laughter is very important. We are a couple of very funny people. Mm-hmm. Right. He did say that. He's the only one I love, too. Good, Catherine, you should. If you can entertain yourself, that's the best thing in the world. Because you gotta live with yourself, right? Everywhere you go, there you are. I remember reading that not all that long ago. I was like, man, that totally makes sense. Wherever you go, there you are. You can't get away from yourself, so you better like yourself. And that's why the hater comments and the meanie comments and the disagreement comments, I'm just deleting most of them and responding to the ones I feel like it. But I'm not really taking them to heart anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My spirits are definitely lifting. I've been having a really good time at work, which helps immensely. But I just love these kids. I really do. They are witty, talented, funny, challenging. Oh my goodness. They love to push the envelope. I'm just really enjoying the heck out of my time there. Mm-hmm. I know, Petunia. That's true. Some people are. And yeah, I have my moments when I get really frustrated, and you've seen those videos. I'm a very real human being, and when I'm bummed, I'm going to tell you. It's just how it is. Mm-hmm. Naisha has tons of haters. That's so true. Some of them are my haters, too. I think we share haters. What a thing to share. Oh, cool, Catherine. Where do you teach? Not where, but what grade level? Oh, that's fun. I've never been to a masquerade ball. That sounds like a blast. Oh, you teach ballet. Awesome. I took ballet. I know all about plie, relevé, changement, bouquet, or piqué, whatever it was. Not bouquet, piqué. Oh my goodness. Yes, I was a dancer for 13 years. I don't know. I started out in ballet and went on point a couple years. One time I did a real pretty dance to The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music, you know. And then the next time I did a march on point, like a few years later after that. That was interesting. March of the Tin Soldiers, I believe it was. I do love those children, Joanne. See, I got your name right. Woohoo! I learned it finally. But yeah, I loved ballet and I do belly dancing, which I really need to get back to doing because I really love belly dancing. It's a blast. I want to do some videos like of individual belly dance moves so people can, you know, learn it actually from me if they want to. Interestingly enough, I've never been trained like professionally in belly dancing. I just watched YouTube videos and learned how to do it. And I know how to move my hips. And I got hips. It is tremendous exercise, and that's why I'm kind of sad that I got away from it. And I got away from it because I went and had that DNC surgery done. And I was afraid, you know, I didn't want to work myself too hard and hurt myself afterwards. So I did it right up until before, and I'm like, well, as soon as I have the surgery, I'll get right back to it. And then I never did. But awesome. I will dedicate my next belly dancing video to you, Jama. Okay? I will do one, and I will dedicate it to you. I'll just start with a shimmy, and maybe I'll do 2 steps per video, and I'll keep them short, but I'll do them step by step so people can learn them. I need to go back and review some of the steps myself because I really had them down pat, but I got away from it and forgot them. That's true, Carla. I tell them things like, "I'm so sorry that happened to you. Um, I know that, we encourage you here, but sometimes you go into other places where they're not so encouraging, and I want you to know that you don't deserve to be talked to that way. And but realize that, as time goes on, you'll get older and you'll be an adult and you'll be able to go out on your own. So just hang in there, things will get better." And I laugh with them. Years ago, sure. Last year, um, we really didn't laugh with the kids as much. And I think it was because I really didn't know how and I didn't know if I could. And kind of the atmosphere there was we had to be strict with the kids because we didn't want them, taking advantage or hurting us or whatever. And it feels a lot safer this year than it did last year. I mean, don't get me wrong, fights break out. It is a special needs school for kids with behavioral challenges. But even so, I feel like I feel like the kids know that they're loved and that we really do care and that we're really trying to help them. I not that we weren't last time, but Oh, good night. Good night, Catherine. Thank you. You have a beautiful evening too. Thanks for the beautiful hearts. They match my rose. So I just feel like the atmosphere is different this year. I feel like the teachers and I and the other para work as a team, and that is awesome. And I love the para that I work with because we've become friends. Hi, Dixie. Glad you could make it. I saw your comments on my channel. Thank you. I don't remember what they were, but I know they were nice ones. I read so many comments, I forget who said what. I guess that's kind of normal when you see so many people. Yeah, that's true, Jama. I know. Um, it's just fun sometimes with them. And the thing is, they're into stuff that I'm not. Like they like horror movies and things like that. And I tell them, "Oh, I don't like that stuff," and I can tell them that. They'll be like, "What? You don't like that? Halloween's coming out, and it's the best movie, and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't like that kind of stuff. Yuck." I mean, I get it that you do. I know it's fake and whatever. So more power to you, whatever. But it's not my thing. Yeah, that's true, Carla. And we need to realize that yes, they're kids right now, they're teenagers, but they're growing up and they're going to be adults. And maybe some of them will be out in society and maybe some won't. But I believe that I impart things to them by what I say and how I handle things. And I'm basically just teaching them English and math and history and stuff. Not really teaching them, but kind of helping them with their lessons and stuff. Yeah, it's a very honorable job and I like it. I do. I can't see me staying at it for the rest of my life, but I definitely am enjoying this part of the journey that God has me on. And I know that when I do leave this world, I've left behind a definite legacy in the people whose lives I've touched. Maybe the haters don't agree with that because I've touched their life too, whether they realize it or not. They might not like me much, but I've touched their life and they'll never be the same. Hi, Farah. Oh, thank you. I hope they don't forget me because I definitely will not forget them. I have a feeling. Even though there are many of them that come and go, they hit your heart. Well, and that's the thing. Um, Sandra, the person that puts us together is phenomenal at choosing personalities that work together. It is amazing. She has a definite knack at picking personalities to work together. If I could say anything about her, she's amazing. She is absolutely amazing. Thank you, Petunia. I appreciate that I touched your life. I'm very glad. I'm glad I could. And I'm thankful for my patient husband who's supportive of me in what I do. And when it gets to be too much and he feels like, he's neglected, he knows he can now talk to me and tell me that. Because I don't ever want to put computer or online stuff or anything before my marriage. I'm sure I've helped people that I don't even know about. I haven't talked to everyone I've helped, but through the years, people have come back and said, "Hey, you don't remember me or you don't know me, but the day that you came on and did that one video about whatever, I was going through that." I've had a couple people tell me that they were about to kill themselves and watched my videos and didn't. And I was like, wow, okay. I'm really glad you didn't do that. Don't do that. If you need help or, just need some encouragement, then by all means, watch my videos or reach out to me or somebody that's a safe person that can walk through this with you. I know what that's like to feel like such despair that you just want to die. And it's an absolutely lonely, awful place to be in. But I have been in that place several times in life. Thank you, Sandra. I try to be an uplifting person. And I try to let that carry over into my actual life too. So when my husband told me that he really kind of felt neglected yesterday, I felt awful about it because that's not me. That's not my heart at all to ever have him feel that way. Not from me, not on my end. Wow, Petunia, that's awesome. I'm so glad. So glad you're not enduring that abuse anymore. That is phenomenal. That makes me so happy. Thank you for letting me know that. And that is really why I live. Not to break up marriages, of course, but, well, unless they're narcissistic and toxic, then they're not a true marriage anyway. It's just abuse. But that's so awesome. I love hearing that. I love hearing that people broke free from the bondage that they were in, because I don't believe that's God's plan for anybody to be in bondage. Definitely was not God's plan for me. And the truth is, I get along better with the narcissistic husband now than when I was married to him. He's not marriage material, or at least he wasn't. I don't know if he is now, because nobody seems to be knocking down his door to hook up with him. So who knows? But people rely on him, and he's a good citizen, and he's very helpful to those people that need him, because that fuels his narcissistic supply, of course. That's what keeps him going, is being a human doing, not a human being. And you could thank his father for that one, because that's what his father taught him, that his worth was in work. So he was a workaholic as well as a narcissist in our marriage. He was always gone doing for other people and never home doing for us. And that was hard. It was hard for his kids. It was hard for me. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, Dixie, I hear you. I did not see today's 411 Now channel, but I like that guy a lot. I like watching him. Very informative and interesting man. I love his format and everything. I will have to get over there and watch that, though. I'll have to try to remember that. I have quite a few things I want to do this weekend. Definitely spend time with my husband doing whatever he wants to do. He's got to work tomorrow, so after work, we're going to head to the food pantry, get some food for the house. Yeah, he is good. And I need to sort some laundry. What I want to do is take all the dark colored hampers and put all the dirty clothes in the dark colored hampers from now on. That way I know dark means dirty, and I'm not mixing clothes, the clean clothes in with the dirty clothes. That's my endeavor for the weekend. And I have a book that I need to work on where I write down the children's scores and stuff, the students. I need to get that updated and put it in order and stuff. So I got to do that. And I'm doing my dishes right now. So hopefully I won't have a whole buttload of them over the weekend to worry about. I'm going to sift out the cat's litter box. It's another job I got to do. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to think. I had a list of things I wanted to do, and I can't remember now what they are. I really can't. I hate when you get old and can't remember stuff. I am going to sing for you guys tonight. I'm going to find some Christian songs because somebody wanted like some church songs for me to sing some of those. So I might find some of those and sing them for you. I do know some like contemporary secular songs as well, like Kelly Clarkson. Just have to think about it. It's one of those things where people ask you to sing and you're like put on the spot and you're like, what do you want me to sing? I don't know what to sing. So now that people want me to sing, I'm kind of like at a loss for what to sing. Oh, hold on, Farah. I'm going to check your comment just a minute. There's a thing that popped up in front of your comment, I mean. Do narcissistic people, when they cry, is it a true expressed emotion? Not from my experience. When a narcissist cries, there's not usually any tears, and if there are, they're pretty fake, and it doesn't last very long, just from my experience. I mean, people are all different, but to my experience and my knowledge, no. What you need to realize about like a true malignant narcissist, I'm talking about the one with the narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. They imitate emotions. So they don't really have the ability to feel sad or to feel grief. So they just watch people grieving and they do what they see them do. So it looks genuine sometimes. I don't believe they truly connect emotion with outward, expression of it, demonstrativeness, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Tried to make it as clear as I could. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're very, if you want to watch a lot of that kind of thing and kind of see what I'm talking about, go on Dr. Phil. There are so many narcissistic parents and spouses on there. And they are as fake as the day is long. You're like, where are the tears? Seriously, you don't show any remorse over that. You don't have any bad feelings about that. You're just faking it. And you can tell. I've seen it many, many times on Dr. Phil. And other places. But yeah, definitely Dr. Phil. You can see it in like psychopathic women, sociopaths. They like to fake to make it look like they care and they really don't. Oh, no problem, Farah. Right, Petunia. They fear the loss of control, or they fear people are going to not, look at their image as being a wonderful thing. What do I think of the Chris Watts health records being sealed? Well, Maureen, what I know about it is that the reason they seal records is because they think that when the jury gets on the stand, it's going to somehow color their opinion of the case. So in that sense, I guess I understand it. I'm not happy about it because I would like to know what really happened and who did what. Everybody would like to know that. So that's how I feel about it. I don't like it, but I totally get it. I understand why they did it. I think they do it quite frequently. And I'm no court, guru. I'm not that knowledgeable about legal stuff like that, but that's what I understood. So in that sense, it did make some sense to me. I thought it was odd that they said, well, Chris Watts doesn't want the results revealed. I want to say who the HE double hockey sticks does he think he is? He was arrested and charged. I'm not saying he was convicted, but still he was charged. He's the one they're looking at as the alleged murderer. What right does he have to decide if the thing is sealed or not? I don't understand that. I really don't. Chris was autistic? Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. He looked like he had Asperger's to me through almost all those videos. And I know Aspie people really well. He did not look like a truly connecting individual. Oh, yeah, Petunia, that sounds like a definite narcissist, no doubt. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I remember reading about, well, Chris Watts does not want any evidence revealed. I'm like, why should he have a say in that? What do you mean? You just arrested him. I don't get it. How does somebody get to choose that? That's been arrested. I mean, I think pretty much from my understanding, when somebody's arrested, that's it. They're cut off from the world. They eat whatever the prison food is or the jail food, and they're waiting for trials. I don't know anything about prisoners getting a right to decide, should we show your evidence or not, Chris? What? I don't know. Talk about monkey cases. This just never made sense to me. The way they handled this whole thing so far. Yeah, you can't controlling things from jail. He shouldn't even have the right to say what happens with that stuff. Whether he's convicted or not, they charged him. So he should not have a right to decide that. A comatose? Yeah, probably. I don't know. And part of me is like, because I want to know what happened. Part of me really is leaning towards the idea that he did kill them. So if that's the case, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. If you killed these people, I'm not going to say, oh, poor Chris. He's so depressed sitting under the sink. Maybe somebody should go give him a hug. No, I guess I should not work in a prison. Although I did say on one of my videos that if the criminals were hugged more, maybe they wouldn't be as messed up as they are. So there's a fine line between that. Did they cite Asperger's? I didn't hear that, Maureen. I think you pretty much spelled it right. It might be ASPBERG. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I know what you mean. But where did you hear that from? I would really like to look more into that. Yeah, I know, Jama. I know. I mean, he allegedly killed people, and it really leans heavily towards that fact. Oh, online people. I was one of those online people that said that, actually. You might even read my comments. I don't know. But yeah, I do not think that he was your typical guy at all. He definitely had something going on.
You're the typical guy.
I'm not a guy, honey.
How I keep.
So silly. That's my husband being goofy. He calls me a guy all the time.
I only say it how I see it.
Yeah, he might not have never ever been diagnosed. Who knows? Or maybe he was, and we just didn't hear that because Shanann was talking about Lavelle products. She wasn't really talking about personalities of, her husband or kids. A little bit, but it's more just, ooh, this candy bar, it's divine. This protein bar, and you got to try this, and that kind of thing. We didn't really hear much about the personalities or really see much of the personalities other than what she wanted them to do. So we didn't really get a fair depiction of everybody involved anyhow, any way, shape, or form, I don't think. Unless there's videos out there I haven't seen, which there could be. I don't know, Plunder comes up with them from somewhere. Yeah, I know, Petunia, that too. That's true. Aspie people don't go around necessarily killing people, but they do go around looking like and acting like Chris did. Very detached, disconnected, going through motions, kind of. Which, I don't know. We don't know his background. He could have some kind of autism. Something like that. My mom thinks I have some kind of autism. Because I have sensory issues. And, which, this was really mean, too. The haters were saying stuff about me. Saying I didn't like repetition. That's part of my sensory problems. I don't like repetition. I can't stand it. It makes me want to crawl out of my skin when things are repeated too much. Do I tend to repeat myself? Probably, but I don't like hearing like repetitive songs, repetitive noises. It just makes me feel very, very uncomfortable. And they're like, well, look at you. You're repeating yourself and you say you don't like repetition. What can I say? Sometimes I repeat myself. I forget what I say. Is anger a trait of Asperger's? Oh, I think so. I know it is a trait of Asperger people I've talked to. They get very angry, like snappy angry, at the drop of a hat sometimes. Yeah, that's true, Petunia. Yeah, and we don't know that. We don't know if he was abused or not. I don't know. His eyes just always creeped me out in all his pictures. They really did. I tried to find like some kindness in his eyes in some of his pictures, and it just wasn't there. There was just this real eerie sense about him from his eyes, like he was up to no good. That's why I also lean towards the idea that he probably did do the killing. I don't think I believe that Shanann was killing the kids and he saw it on the baby monitor. I don't think I buy that. I kind of leaned that way a little while, but I'm leaning more and more towards the fact that he killed them all. Probably killed the children, and she came home and saw it and probably went into a fit, and then he killed her too. That's what I think happened. Yes, Shanann was having problems with the mother-in-law. I also found out about that because the mother-in-law put tree nuts down where Cece, I guess, could see them, and Cece had an allergy to tree nuts. And there was another child in the home, I guess, at the same time. And Shanann said, why did you put these down low? Because you know that my daughter has an allergy. And the mother-in-law's response was very cold, like, well, she's going to have to learn that she can't have everything she wants anyway. So, deal with it pretty much. Mm, that makes sense, Farah. They moved as far away from the family as possible. Yeah, especially if she was having trouble with the mother-in-law. Who knows? There's all kinds of variables, like I said. But yeah, there was the thing with the tree nuts, and there was also I was reading a Facebook page. I think it was a Facebook page by Shanann, and I'm trying to remember what it was talking about. It was one right after the other. I don't know. If I come across it again, I will let you know. Yeah, probably Petunia. Good point. Very good point. I mean, I'm sad because it would have been nice if it was a happy family situation with two beautiful little girls, a daddy that loved them, a mommy that, yeah, she sold products, but she wanted to include her family and get them all involved. And they lived happily ever after. But sadly, we live in this society. We don't live in a utopia or ideal world. And people kill people and hurt people and are mean to people. And it's just awful. Awful, awful, awful. I'm reading your comments a minute. Yeah, I bet, Farah. Money makes the world go round, and especially when you have debt because you lived beyond your means. And most people on here that were talking about the case, were saying that the Watts family was living way beyond their means. So I don't know. Wow, Maureen. Didn't know that. I don't really understand a lot about money other than money can make people do really mean things. I wish I could remember what that video was about, though. Oh, I think it was the one about the tree nuts, and she had posted on Facebook about she was using some pretty colorful language, let's just say that. And I think she said F her or F you or something to her mother in law for being that way about her baby. Mm. Wow, Maureen. That's something. Wow. So yeah, she was pretty upset about the whole tree nut thing. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's all weird. The whole thing is just really weird. Just the way they're handling the whole case is weird. The giving Chris the right to choose whether they reveal the evidence. I mean, it just blows my mind. It's just insane. It's not at all how most cases that I've seen play out. And I've never seen them, give somebody the right to choose that kind of stuff. That's just really odd. Um, but yeah, she was angry with the mother-in-law, and I would have been too. If my kid had an allergy that apparently they were in and out of the hospital with Cece for a while because of the allergy, or maybe Bella. I don't know, whichever one. Hi, G. And then and the mother-in-law's attitude was just like, well, she's gonna have to learn she can't have everything she wants. So just dangle it in front of her, and she needs to learn to not want it. You don't do that to a kid. That's cruel. Yes, they are, Petunia. I fully believe that. Yeah, it's possible, Maureen. I don't know. I think they're petitioning to acquit him and get him out. I don't think you're going to see him get the death penalty. I would be shocked. Literally. I would be totally shocked. I think he's going to get acquitted. I think they're going to say that there wasn't enough evidence or the evidence was flawed in some way. And I think that may have been what he was counting on by dunking the bodies in oil. He's probably trying to remove the fingerprints and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll know. We'll know when it comes out or when it's made into a TV movie. Because that's what they do with these things. They make them into movies and people, make money off of them, which I don't have an issue with that. Life happens, death happens. If you can make money, I don't have an issue with it. People do it all the time. Yeah, that is a lot of money. I can't even fathom that at all. Cannot fathom it. Yeah, that was very strange, Farah. I totally agree with that. Well, I am going to see if I can find a song to sing for y'all. You can just keep on chatting. Sorry about that. I just bumped the computer. And after that, I'm going to get off here because I'm getting super tired and I worked hard today. So I'm going to call it a night shortly here. First, I got to find the music I want to sing, though. Um, let's see. Hmm. Hang on, y'all. Call me out upon the water, the great unknown, where feet may fail. There I find you in the mystery. Oceans deep, my faith will stand. I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine. Grace abound in deepest waters. Sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you never fail, and you won't start now. And I will call upon your name. Keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. But my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. All right. Thank you, Maureen. That's really nice. Sorry about that. My goofy computer is going crazy here. Sorry about that. Oh, my goodness. Trying to find some good songs to sing here. I do love Hillsong a lot. How about some Les Mis? I love Les Mis. Anybody like musicals? That's my favorite stuff to sing. Right, Farah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Thank you for bringing that up. That was what I was trying to share with you that I had read. I just couldn't remember that part of it. So, um, what is it called? Trying to think of the Les Mis song that I want to sing. The lady on America's Got Talent or American Idol, I can't remember. She sang it. Not On My Own, it's the other one. Oh, I Dreamed a Dream. Love that song. Hang on, I'm going to get the karaoke version. Let's see. Karaoke version. That's not obviously it. What is that? Is that Queen? Oh yeah, that's Queen. Hang on, guys. I'm waiting for this thing to play through. Bohemian Rhapsody advertisement. Okay, here we go. Keep chatting while I sing. It's all good. Maybe. Trying to make it so the music isn't too loud, too. There was a time when men were kind, when their voices were soft, and their words inviting. There was a time when love was blind, and the world was a song, and that song was exciting. There was a time, then it all went wrong. This is a very apropos song considering the Chris Watts situation, actually. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. You're welcome, Maureen. Then I was young and unafraid, when dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart, as they turn your dream to shame. He slept a summer by my side. He filled my days with endless wonder. He took my childhood in his stride, but he was gone when autumn came. And still I dream he'll come to me, that we will live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seems. Now life has killed the dream I dreamed. Okay. Very appropriate song to sing if you think about the fact that any dreams that those little girls and poor Shanann had dreamed were killed. No thanks to possibly Chris Watts or whoever else was involved, if anybody. Yeah, it's a very sobering song. And I remember when I first heard this song, I was like, did they really just say this hell I'm living? Can they sing that in a song? Yes, they can. And when you see Les Mis, you know why they sing it in this song. But yeah, those words, for a long, long time, for a lot of years, that was my song. Like before I even knew that it was a song, that was my life. And I felt like life had killed my dreams. And things that happened in life killed my dreams. And the guys that left me killed my dreams. And the guy that got me pregnant with my eldest daughter that left me killed my dreams. That song was my life. So it means a lot to me to sing that because it hits here, you know. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to live that nightmare. And the words are so they are very powerful words, like, but the tigers come at night. And when I first heard this song, I couldn't tell they were saying tigers. I like, but the tide that comes at night, the tide comes in at night. And then I read the lyrics and I was like, oh, but the tigers come at night with their voices soft as thunder. In other words, their voices were not soft. And it wasn't just about their voices, it was about the angry way that they treated the person in the story and the angry way I was treated. A lot of the abuses and stuff I went through, I can really relate to that song a lot. So that's why it's a beautiful song. It's pretty, but it really hits your heart when you sing it and when you hear it. It's just one of those really, really emotional types of songs. And I love those songs, but they really do kind of move you, you know, and kind of bring back memories that you probably don't want to remember. So as much as I love it, I kind of hate it at the same time. It's kind of like that, I guess. I don't know. Um, and Ruthie Henshaw was like my very, very favorite person that sang that in Les Mis, definitely. Um, there is one other song I want to sing, and then I probably should get off of here because I need to go and get ready for bed and start my new day tomorrow. So yeah, okay, so give me a minute. I'm going to find another karaoke that I really like to sing. I don't remember which one I like to sing though. I think this might be it. That's not it. That's an ad. Sorry about the ads. Unfortunately, on these karaoke's, video will play after the ad. So you have to wait for the advertisements to go by. I close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. Yeah, haters, say it. They can say I've lost my mind. That happened years ago. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. The special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care, so call me crazy. Run away to a world that we design. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make. That was from Greatest Showman. Another really good musical, but I wasn't as impressed with it as I have been with other musicals because they did that whole thing with Zendaya on the trapeze, and that was really a very small part of that movie. And I thought there was going to be a lot more of it, so whatever. Anyway, it was a nice movie. It was a good musical, and I enjoyed it. So, thank you, Joanne. I appreciate that. And everybody have a good night. I'm going to get going. I am going to read a couple comments before I go. So if there's something I was supposed to answer, I will answer it. Okay. Thanks, Sandra. No, I'm not the real singer of it. Either one of them. Okay. Farrah had to pick up her daughter at work. How is it that all you YouTubers can come online every day and morning and talk negative about how Shanann was online every day selling her product? I really would love to know. We don't, actually, Sandra Calhoun. We talk about so many other things than that. We found friendship, unfortunately, through a very sad and awful circumstance that we are all waiting to find out the true answers about. And we just kind of keep hanging out because we enjoy each other's company. Let's see. Thanks, Sandra S. Thank you for singing Us Beautiful and Anointed Voice. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here and for your kind comments, for sharing your hearts and your insights. You know, we all are wondering what's going on and what went on, and we all want the answers. And unfortunately, right now, there's nothing really forthcoming, so we're just waiting to find out. And I thank you all for being here and for listening to me and for being so nice and just being good online friends. Who knows? Maybe someday I will meet you. That would be a really big blessing. And for now, I'm going to go and I'm actually going to get off of here. I'm going to read some comments. I have not caught up on my comments on my YouTube channel at all today. So I want to catch up on those and comment where I can respond or maybe delete. I don't know. It depends. And I'm going to go do that now. And y'all have a good weekend. If I don't come back on here, which I probably will at some point this weekend, I'll see you next week sometime soon. I don't know. I try to make these as often as I can so we can get together and touch base and see what's going on with everybody. So have a wonderful, wonderful night and a happy weekend. And I will see you soon. Bye. Remember, love is in the air and it can start with you. Have a great night. Bye.